So in this video guys, I am going to talk about some very interesting scenario which could be playing out right now here in Bitcoin price action. So definitely watch this video till the end because I am going to surprise you with some very interesting chart. So starting this year in a daily time frame, as you can see, the price of Bitcoin is still inside this descending broadening wedge where the upper line is acting as a strong resistance and lower line as a support. But for us, as we have talked about it plenty of time in my video, the most important line is this rising trend line, because in the past Bitcoin price action, whenever we have failed to find support at this rising trend line, after that we have seen this free fall type of price movement. So we are also monitoring the price movement in a similar manner. I mean, price every time it tested the support line or this rising trend line, we saw some really nice relief rally. And now if the price of Bitcoin is going to show another weakness and also fail to find support at this rising trend line, then we could be seeing another free fall type of price movement towards this 30,000 to 31,000 price area. And why I'm actually saying you this, because if we look at this price structure around this area in a bit different way and ignore this descending broadening wedge, another interesting scenario is being unfolding around this area. Let me show you here. So now what we are going to do again, we are going to look at this price action using this one formation which is known as symmetrical triangle. Because if you look at the price structure here in this manner, where the upper line is acting as a strong line of resistance, right? Resistance, lower line as a support. So since we are trapped inside this symmetrical triangle, will this be a breakout here in this way or in this way? Now let me show you one example. In a downtrend, whenever the price of Bitcoin has formed this formation, so-called symmetrical triangle, this symmetrical triangle is considered as a bearish symmetrical triangle. So that's why first it's very important that the price, if it's going to invalidate all this bearish scenario, then we have to overcome this obstacle, the upper line area, and flip it into support. So if the price does manages to do that, then we could be actually expecting this relief rally to continue for Bitcoin. But if this is going to be just a fake out, the weekend fake out, and again a pullback towards this lower line area, then we have to be extremely careful, because this lower line area along with this rising trend line is the strongest line of support what we have right now for Bitcoin, and this is around 37 to 38,000 area. Because failing to find support, you can see, could be the beginning of this another bigger price retracement, just like as shown here in an example. And not just only because of this symmetrical triangle or this rising trend line, but also if we look at this one example here. So now before I switch into other chart, I just want to make you aware to all the traders watching this video right now, we have around $8,200 crypto exchange bonus. For example, Bybit is providing around 4,100, which I consider the best one, and also Femex is providing around $4,100 bonus. So the total of $8,200 bonus is provided for you if you sign up using my ref link, and the bonus will be deposited or credited only after your initial deposit. Now let's switch the chart. Now again here in a daily time frame, but with different chart pattern, because in the previous example I showed you the price of Bitcoin in a downtrend could be making this bearish symmetrical triangle type of formation. But also if you look at this as an ascending triangle in a downtrend, it is also considered as a bearish scenario for Bitcoin. So that's why first it's very important that the price of Bitcoin remain above this rising trend line at any cost, because failing to find support around this 38,000 will trigger another sell off from here on, because then we will be breaking out of this ascending triangle, support from this symmetrical triangle, and also the support from this rising trend line. So that's why, as you can see, this 38,000 is a must hold support line for Bitcoin. So if there is going to be any sort of a movement, then we also want the price of Bitcoin to clearly break this resistance around 45,000 into support. As long as we are not going to do that, any kind of movement here in price action of Bitcoin could be looked more as a fake out, because we saw each and every time a massive movement, after that a bigger price retracement, right? Breakout type of formation, again another price retracement. So that is the reason for us. It's very, very important, guys, that the price of Bitcoin remains above this 38,000. But if the bulls want to show any sort of actual movement or a reversal, then 45,000 must be flipped into support at any cost. And that is the reason why, looking all these scenarios, ascending triangle, symmetrical triangle, this very symmetrical triangle, this formation from Wyckoff could be playing out. I mean, if the support around this 38,000 is going to get broken, then this could be also looked as a redistribution phase from Wyckoff, because according to the Wyckoff, if we are aware, we have talked about this plenty of time in my videos, and right now the area where we are finding ourselves could be this redistribution phase. Because if you look at the example here, you can see before the price of Bitcoin started showing any sort of a consolidation, we had this bigger pullback, and then buyers stepped in, price started consolidating, and when the support got broken from this parallel channel, then we started this actual downward rally heading towards this new accumulation phase. And only after this new accumulation phase, we started with this new markup phase. And in our case, you can see a very similar structure. We had this bigger price pullback, right? Buyers stepped in, and now the price is showing this consolidation. So if we are going to fail to find support at this 38,000, the lower line area of this symmetrical triangle, and also this rising trend line, then this could be a scenario in this manner. I mean, price getting gravitated towards the lower line area and then starting this new downtrend, forming this actual accumulation phase, and only after a new markup phase for Bitcoin. So that is the reason why I look this as a redistribution phase. So if the bulls wants to invalidate all this bearish scenario, we have to overcome this obstacle around this 45,000 and flip it into support. If it's going to happen, then this is going to be invalid. This is also going to be invalid. Even the symmetrical triangle is going to be invalid. And then we will be looking this more as a descending broadening wedge breakout type of formation. And also, if you look at this price action in a smaller time frame, the dead cat bounce type of scenario, which we talked here in my yesterday's video, is playing out very, very well. I mean, from the top till the bottom area in a dead cat bounce, what usually happens? Price sees this relief rally where we get gravitated towards the 0.618.5 Fibonacci line and gets rejection in this manner, just like as shown in the example. So what am I trying to show you here? If we are going to see weekend pump, which usually happens, right, whales like to manipulate during the weekend, if this is going to be playing out, then 0.5 to 0.618 Fibonacci line is going to be our potential upward price target for this weekend, which is going to be around this 41,000 to 42,000 area. But as I've already said, you do not trust the weekend pump. So guys, this is it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this video was helpful enough. If that's the case, then hit the like button, and also for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.